All right, so I'm on this new permission. Just got the permission. I was at another one of my permissions and was approached by a nice gentleman who has been showing me around, and basically here I am. I haven't calculated how many more acres I have, but it's adjacent to where I was. That's a mouthful, and that was all really confusing, but fact is that I am near the Confederate lines. I need to do a little bit more research to specifically narrow down exactly this property, but I know right here were Confederates, and basically looking through the trees right there, that's heading towards the Union lines. So, yeah, let's get to it. This is all just clear cut, and the success I had in a previous video, but on this other land that had just been clear cut, I don't know that it's been detected before. If it wasn't detected very good, because there's just targets every 20 feet as you're walking around what used to be a thick forest. So let's get to it. Let's see what we can find out here. All right, we're gonna dig some iron. Out of curiosity, looks like I flung, when I turned the scoop over, I flung the part of the plug. I guess that's where I'm getting my signal. What the heck is it? Right here. So if I dropped it, that's got to be the tiniest little thing. I'm going to use my magnet. It's picking nothing up so far. Okay, supposedly I have it in my hand. I'm going to use my magnet here. There it is. The magnet worked. It's a piece of barbed wire. Yay. Love using that magnet. It's small enough to keep in my finds pouch. It's easy to use. I got it on my Amazon page. It's I'll put a link in the description, but it's under, if you go to my Amazon page for NC Dirt Hunter, it's on the bottom. It's under metal detecting gear. I have different categories, but yeah, they're super cheap. It's like $5. It's made for black sand, sifting out black sand for gold prospecting. So, all right, let's keep going. All right, so it's a good signal. Looks like we're once again at a base of where a big tree once stood. I'm trying to make it to one corner of the field. Look, I'm not going to complain that it's slow going because I keep digging relics, but I'm just curious about that side of the field, just based on what I know occurred here. All right, I get a signal down there. That's good. Right down there. All right. I keep my pinpointer on vibrate instead of beeping. And even at that, like, it's so annoying when I'm, like right here, if I put my shovel down, it's not loud, but I go back and edit film and realize, what the heck was I doing? I can't imagine if your thing's beeping at you. To each his own, but yeah, I definitely like the fact that mine's on vibrate. All right, here we go. It's a bullet. It's impacted something. Let's see what you are. Okay. All right. Ooh. Check this out. This is going to be fun. I got to look at this more. Alright, I don't think this is a Williams cleaner with the plunger pushed all the way in, because it's just so uniform, the bottom of it. I mean, it's just, if that were the case, it would just be sealed completely flat. Maybe it is. Once I clean it up, I'm going to look to see. You know what? That might be what the deal is. The other thing I was thinking is there's some bullets that have a flat base, like underneath there's no cone. It's just flat. But yeah, this actually, I think it's looking like there's a line right there all the way around, which could be a Williams cleaner. But man, that's cool looking, because if that's the case, it's just smashed in there just perfectly. I'm not seeing one like that before. So, okay, let's keep going. Okay, spot on signal. Hopefully it's not. I might luck out on this. May not be just totally embedded in roots. Yeah, I feel it down there. Yeah, it kind of looks like I'm in between two, where two giant trees were. Yeah, pretty good, pretty easy. All right, in my hand. Was in my, there we go, right there. Bullet. Here's a bullet. Let's see. Thinking this might be a three-ring mini ball. Just completely flattened out. Maybe not. Yeah, it kind of seems too small for a mini ball. But yeah, flatten out. This again looks like it impacted into dirt or just smacked straight into a tree, since it's just so smooth and uniform on the face where it impacted. I just flattened it out. So it's cool because this property so far, there was intense fighting, and the variation in bullets. There's so many different types of bullets that I'm finding right here. You know, Confederates and the Union both occupied this property at one time, and they were fighting right here. So yeah, it's just nuts how many different rounds, especially, you know, the Confederates, how many different types of rifles these guys were using. So all right, we'll keep looking. I don't know what this is. It's kind of a faint target. I don't know if I'm getting interference because my coil is hitting this root. See, that's like 60s, low 60s. and it's deep. So let's see what we got when we take away some of the soil. Let's see what it does to our signal. All right, we're just gonna have to get down and dig it. So it's supposed to be deep. Let's do this. I'm going to cut off some of these roots. Make it easier on ourselves. Okay. Just felt something down there at the bottom. So that's good. So it is a really deep target. That is positive. Yeah, this is deep. Okay, got it in my hand. Is that it? That's it. So I see oxidized lead. I see it's flattened out. Yep, look at that. These are cool looking. Get out of here. Is this what I think it is? I think that's what it is. I don't know. So this is the back of the bullet. Here's the front. This thing impacted. This looks like it impacted a tree. It's rounded, but you actually can see a little bit of well, anyhow. But if this is a Williams cleaner, I wonder if this is a Williams cleaner, and then the back of it is just right there. Either that, or it's going to be one of these bullets that have a flat base. I don't know. We'll go clean it up and see if that here in the center, if there becomes a stud that's more pronounced, then that's going to mean it's a Williams cleaner. But we'll check it out. On to the next. My GoPro battery is dying, so hopefully I can finish this up. But I've never seen a bullet like this. When I see it's just disintegrating, this back part of it. The soil is just so acidic, it's just eating up this lead. But yeah, very brittle. So got to be careful with it. I don't know what this is. I don't think I'll ever know what type this is. It's mushroom flat, but I'll change the battery in my GoPro and we'll keep detecting. Okay, this is 1, 2, 3 bullets already. And then now we got another signal right here. So just out of curiosity, see if there's any other signals around. All right, what I figured in the past when I've seen this is they were getting fired at. 1 soldier, 2 soldiers, whatever it was. Maybe they were behind a tree. Whatever it was. I've seen them, the foxholes that they dig, like really quick. They're not very deep. There's actually some right here. probably 50 yards from me. You can tell where those foxholes were. So with there being 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm assuming this one's a bullet, but being that close together, and so far all of them look like they've impacted trees, so looks like someone was definitely getting fired at. That'd be nice if he dropped his belt buckle or lost a button. Okay, I think I have it out. Yeah, see it right there. Alright, this is interesting because this one is small. I can just feel it. This one is small. Oh man, they're just so brittle. Being super careful with it, but yeah, this one is definitely. And I think, if I'm correct, I don't know. I found a few that still have the some wood from the tree they struck in the back in the cavity. I'm not sure if that's what I'm seeing or if it's maybe not. But yeah, this is definitely a smaller round, maybe even a pistol round. But interesting. That makes 4 right here. So I'll keep going, see what we can find. Alright, there's something here. Let's move some trees out of the way, or some branches. Man, I'm hitting branches too, so trying to account for the swing noise. Ah, this stupid branch. Alright, let's see what we got. Yeah, now I feel it. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Right there. Let's break that apart. Here we go. Yeah. It's another one, just like it's another one. It's small. Definitely small. I mean, it's impacted something, but that's definitely smaller. Again, maybe a pistol round, and again, right there may have a piece of the wood from the tree that it struck 160 years ago. But yeah, definitely a small bullet. So, all right, we'll keep going. All right, normally I wouldn't be excited over a 18, but it looks deep. And for the most part, there's been no trash in this field where they've cut the lumber down. So I hope it's not aluminum, but we'll see. Okay, nothing. Oh, there we go. Something on the pin pointer. Yeah, that'd be cool if it was some Some cool relic. No, I don't know that I've dug a relic at 18 on the manticore, being that low on the connectivity scale. Normally it's aluminum that's in that range. But I mean, you can get into a lot of other things at that, in those numbers. All right, here we go. Here it is. Okay. That's weird. At first glance, it looks like old lead, like a bullet fragment. But why in the world would it be ringing up? Yeah, why would it be ringing up as an 18? Look, if I'm being honest, I'm just going to say it. These look like teeth. Like, that's just the shape of them. It's ringing up like a 22, 24, 22. That's not what lead rings up as. Feeling the weight, I mean, it could be. I mean, I don't know, did they have partials in the Civil War? I mean, they had fake, George Washington had fake teeth. But I'm just throwing it out there. That's just kind of what it kind of looks like to me at first glance. But that's weird. It's not ringing up like a Civil War bullet being oxidized lead, but clearly it is oxidized. I'm gonna clean this up when I get home. That's kind of, we'll see. I mean, I don't know, maybe it ends up being just some melted blob, but we'll find out. On to the next. Okay, 40s, like high 40s. I'm getting to this end of the field that I was wanting to get to. So let's see what it's got for us. Oh, there it is. I didn't think it was going to be in that scoop. All right. I'm curious what this base looks like. This is a 3-ring mini ball. I'm comfortable in saying that. Yeah, it's bigger. And this one, I want to say it was dropped, but nah, I mean, who knows? It's still messed up, but maybe it was dropped. Keep digging. Good signal, but it's faint. It's let's see. Ooh, right in there. Okay, there it is. Be careful. I think I may have nicked it with my shovel. Okay. So let's see, it's a bullet. Definitely a bullet. Yeah, you can see where I nicked it on the end. And I think that's what kind is it, can I tell? And I think that's a Williams cleaner, because you can see that stud in the base. And this one This one struck something. Who knows? It struck something though. And I kind of look forward to cleaning these things up when I get home. And I don't want to, especially with the soul type. Some of this old lead is fragile, which I've never run across before. It's just my problem in the past is not being able to get that brown crust off the bullet to get down to the oxidized lead. But all right, we'll keep going. All right, this is a 50s. Let's see what we got. Man, I'm bound and determined to make it to the end. This one corner of the field I've been wanting to go to. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm just going to have to stop swinging and just walk over there and then just work my way back. Otherwise I'll never get there. There's just crazy amount of targets in here. Should be right here. There we go. Bullet. Alright. This one struck a little different. Interesting. This is a big bullet. It's a heavy bullet. I think it's a 3-ringer. 3-ring mini ball, yeah. Look how that thing impacted. It impacted kind of at the rear. So it tumbled in the air and struck at an angle. And that's the back of it. Alright, I'm going to walk to the end of the field where I've been wanting to get to, and then I'll work my way back to my truck. Alright, so this is iron. Ugh. It's showing deep. Yeah, it's showing deep. There it is. Wow, muddy mess. Okay, got it out of the hole. What is that? The heck is this? All right, starting to get excited. A couple things are running through my head. Get this stuff put away. Man, I hope it is what I think it is. Alright, so check this out. I think this is wood. If this is wood, then this is a bullet, a Civil War bullet that's encased in this piece of wood. Something with the pine sap and the lead of the bullets kind of did something with the wood around it. It preserved it and stuff. So to find like a little chunk like this, I'm certain it's wood. It is. It's wood. So man, there's a bullet in there. That's crazy. So I gotta do this the right way. I need to take it home and clean it, wash it off, and then, I'll kind of see how do I reveal the bullet. is part of the bullet showing that I can't see with all this mud on it? If not, like, how do you get to it and pick off a tiny bit at a time to try to reveal just enough of that bullet? That's insane. Okay. All right. Let's keep going. Hey, so this is not what I thought. This is not a Civil War bullet lodged in wood. When I dug it, that's where my mind went. It was so muddy out there. As I was cleaning it off, I thought I saw a wood grain. It's just, that's not it. This is actually a very cool, unique relic that I found. As soon as I got up and I went back to swinging my detector, it dawned on me, wait a second, that was an iron target that I just dug. That wasn't lead, like a Civil War bullet. That was iron. So it could not have been a bullet lodged in a piece of wood. But what this is a 1-inch piece of steel iron case shot from a Union artillery shell. And this is really cool because I actually found a big chunk of that very artillery shell, probably, I don't know, within 20 feet, 10 to 20 feet of this. Possibly from that shell that I found, but either way, this is a piece of 1-inch case shot. Okay, I'm back in the corner where I wanted to eventually get to. This is iron. I'm just kind of curious. What I found is when you get close to the property line, yeah, that's what it is. I was going to say, when you get close to property lines out here in the woods, even though you don't see anything, there's a old barbed wire fence, or at least a wire fence. So that's what I usually find. And you know, they're probably like on a split rail fence from a long time ago. This is a cool area right here where I am at because there are, like, I'm literally in the middle of foxholes, Civil War foxholes. I don't want to say trenches because I don't believe they were actual trenches, but you could tell that the soldiers dug in. If you research that, actually, obviously, if you've been to battlefields and you can actually go on a walking tour, or, you know, anything, you don't have to be in person, but you can identify them when you see them. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. I wanted to point out, we're just talking about being able to identify the trenches or the Civil War, the foxholes that the troops dug in. Once you know what you're looking at and what you're looking for, you're going to spot it when you're in the woods or in that area. I've got some books. There's some resource material on my Amazon page. I'll put the link in the description. But there's several guidebooks and books with pictures that actually take you to Civil War battlegrounds. Some show you what they look like today, where they're actually located, but some talk about specifically what to look for, how to identify a trench, what you could expect it to look like today, 160 years later. Very interesting. Again, links in my description, and thank you for watching the video. We're going to spend a lot more time out in this field, this clear-cut area, because it is vast. It covers acres and acres, and there's just a lot of relics out there. So I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.